I recently had the pleasure of playing Megacat Studios' Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. I was attracted to the title due to the positive reviews it was getting on gaming publications and on Steam. Up to now, I had only played the first game, but Into the Pit's retro visual style won me over. I was aware that the expansive lore goes beyond the video games to a series of books and comics. A story from the Into the Pit book is adapted into this retro 2D survival horror, with what I am told are minor changes to the source material. In this video, I'm going to give my thoughts on the game and highlight some of the game's story and endings. We play as Oswald, a boy who finds his life, and especially the town he lives in, to be mundane. He yearns for excitement and adventure. He spends his summer days eating at Jeff's Pizza, a scruffy restaurant with a broken arcade, where his father drops him off when he is working. His father admits that the pizza joint is run down, but it's all they can afford. He explains that money is tight since the town's mill closed, and that they would move if it wasn't for their frail grandmother. Oswald spends his last day of summer at Jeff's Pizza, and his father is running late to pick him up. He decides to explore a roped-off area of the restaurant after overhearing a family talk about a secret abandoned ball pit. When he finds it, he decides it would be fun to teach his father a lesson for leaving him there by hiding in the creepy pit. Once inside the ball pit, he finds that he has been transported back to 1985. In this time period, the restaurant is called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and is popular with the locals. Two children, Mike and Chip, mistake Oswald for a new kid in town and take him to the now functioning arcade to play a game. They then play tag and hide and seek. Oswald is hiding in an empty animatronic suit where he encounters a yellow rabbit animatronic. Unfortunately, Oswald arrived on the day when Spring Bonnie murdered 6 children. Children frantically flee the restaurant as the animatronics begin to attack them. Horrified, Oswald runs back to the ball pit. Oswald tries to explain what has happened to his father, but Spring Bonnie pounces from the pit and drags his father to the past while taking his form and replacing him in the present. Spring Bonnie drags Oswald home. The owner of the pizzeria, Jeff, falls for Spring Bonnie's disguise, as do all adults. Only Oswald can see through the deception. Back at home, Oswald must devise a way to escape his home every night. He must return to the past to try and stop this chain of events. I will not talk about the mid-game and move on to the endings. There are plenty of nods and references to the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise scattered throughout, including the movie, but I won't spoil them here. I will say that if you have not played the other games, but you are a fan of survival horror, there is much fun to be had with this game. The visuals, sound design, and music are a treat. I don't like how complex and random it is to get to one of the endings. Not many people would discover this ending without a guide, so I wish it was implemented better, perhaps through more clues. I like the way they managed to split the game into 5 days to fit in with the rest of the franchise. This could be a great game to pick up in a sale and play around Halloween. There are spoilers for the end of the game from now on. Oswald's story can have 4 different endings, depending on your actions throughout the 5 nights. 2 of the endings are simple to obtain, whereas the other 2 require you to follow specific steps in order to access them. These come in the form of collectible items and optional interactions to find, such as items belonging to Oswald's father and parts needed to repair arcade cabinets. Ending 1. See Your Dad. The See Your Dad ending is one of the quickest and most easy to reach. To obtain it, you just need to play the game until you get to the part where the children are screaming and trying to escape the pizzeria of the past. You need to head for the front door and interact with it until Oswald leaves. He will be trapped in the past, preventing the rest of the game's story from happening. In this optional ending, Oswald walks alone, contemplating where he should go and what he should do as he wanders in the past. This will get you the See Your Dad achievement and the credits will roll. Ending 2. Pity Party. 1-star ending. To get the 1-star ending, you simply need to complete night 5 without collecting all of Dad's lost items. Oswald rescues the father and pulls him out through the ball pit to the present. He has a moment to talk to his dad, who was temporarily unconscious and confused as to what had happened. Unfortunately, they are interrupted by the arrival of Yellow Rabbit, who snatches Oswald back into the pit. The game ends with Oswald tied to a chair with a party hat on his head as a familiar shadow casts over him. Ending 3. Jeff, 2-star ending. For the 2-star ending, you'll need to collect all 5 of the missing items belonging to Oswald's father. These are scattered across the pizzeria, with more appearing each night. Once you have them all, rescue the final child on night 5 and pick up the photograph she drops. Continue through the rest of the night and Oswald will drop the photo while running after and punching Yellow Rabbit. The photo distracts the rabbit while they escape, and he seems to glitch upon viewing the photo. Once in the present, Oswald will have one final QTE with the Yellow Rabbit, where he bites Oswald on the arm. He hits Rabbit back, causing it to become entangled in the ball pit netting. It struggles and gnaws towards Oswald, before presumably being choked by the net wrapped around his neck. Oswald recovers his father and explains that he hid inside the ball pit as a prank and expresses his regrets. The father accepts his apology, but says he shouldn't have done the prank, and the two head out. Dad says he is sorry for not keeping Oswald happy ever since the mill closed. He says they will move to a new town and jokes about wrapping Grandma up in industrial grade bubble wrap for the move. After the credits, back in the pizzeria, Jeff notices a trail of blood coming from the ball pit room. He worries someone may have been hurt in the cordoned off pit. Upon entering the room, Jeff discovers Yellow Rabbit, who lets out a haunting exhale. The netting which holds him snaps, and we see his eyes are bleeding. Yellow Rabbit leaps forward, presumably killing Jeff. Ending 4. Family Fun Night. 3-star ending. To get the 3-star ending, you need to take quite a few steps. Throughout the game, you'll need to repair all the arcade cabinets in the present-day pizzeria and play the games at least once. You will also need to earn enough tickets to get all 3 stickers from the prize machine and collect all of Dad's missing items. Once all of that is done, during night 5, you'll need to trigger and complete 3 secret mini-games that reference other Fazbear Fright stories. Oswald reaches the room where his father is being held. He is untying the father when he hears the footsteps of someone quickly approaching, so he runs and hides in the vent. Yellow Rabbit walks into the room and drags the father away. Back at the ball pit, events unfold the same way as the last ending. Only in this version of the ending, Oswald and his dad fully reconcile outside of the pizzeria. They talk about making mistakes and how it's part of growing up. The father recognizes that he is the one who has made the mistake, and that Oswald jumped into the pit to get his attention. The father suggests they go home and watch Zendrelix vs Mecha Zendrelix, a goof on Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla for all time's sake. Yellow Rabbit is presumably dead this time, and we see Oswald and his family enjoying a night out at the newly renovated Jeff's Pizza, packed with customers. As I mentioned before, I enjoyed my time with the game. The price is a little steep for me, but it may be easier to swallow if you're a fan. However, I can appreciate the love and craft that has been put into the game. I would wholeheartedly recommend you pick it up if it comes up in a sale. Though not terrifying, it would make for a thrilling game to play over the Halloween period. It's made me interested in going back and playing the better of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching.